Tonight on News 25 Nightside, the governor's call for a minimum wage hike, a promise or political propaganda. A farm bill moves closer to passage, and Ashley and Ipava in a golf cart. Good evening, everybody. Governor Quinn and President Obama both renewing their calls for minimum wage increases.
Currently, the federal minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. For a full-time worker supporting a family of two, that falls just below the poverty level. Illinois already exceeds the federal minimum wage by $1. It's at $8.25 an hour. Yet, a study released last summer revealed 1 in 3 Illinois residents are living in poverty. Governor Pat Quinn says raising the minimum wage to $10.65 will help those families.
But how it'll affect Central Illinois' economy? News 25's Bo Ebenezer spoke to residents and business owners, both for and against a hike.
ICC student Brianna Anderson has put herself through college for the past 3 years. She has a minimum wage job and struggles to buy book after book. Anderson says for those like her, the proposed $2.40 an hour increase would go a long way.
The wage now is not really adding up with the cost of living for people who work, who have everyday jobs, working in fast food businesses and retail. They don't make as much. It should be equal for everyone.
Some small business owners disagree. Normal resident Roger Look started his own lawn care business 10 years ago. He currently operates with several part-time employees. If the minimum wage goes up, he may take on the entire operation by himself.
We're going to have to raise our prices to our customers, and that's going to have customers looking at this is getting too expensive, so you end up starting to lose customers.
Other small business owners have similar concerns. Rizzi's Italian restaurant in Peoria employs about a dozen servers. If legislation passes, the owner expects he'll have to make major cuts.
On a business perspective, I'm getting squeezed from both sides. I'm paying more for food, people are making less money, and I have to pay more in wages.
The bill is pending in both the House and the Senate. It's the same push Governor Quinn made last year in his State of the State address. Reporting in Central Illinois, I'm Bo Ebenezer.
And if Governor Quinn's State of the State speech today sounded a little like a 40-minute re-election address, well, that's the way it happens. Such speeches generally reflect progress made and plans to make things even better.
Today we can tell the people of Illinois, we stopped the bleeding. We turned the corner, and Illinois is making a comeback, one hard step at a time. And we've been getting the job done.
With all of the governor's GOP opponents listening in the State House today, reaction to Quinn's State of the State address came quickly. They all said the governor was painting an entirely too rosy picture of the state's economy.
Well, it's preposterous that Governor Quinn thinks that this state is turned the corner and is a rosy picture. People are leaving with their feet.
We're one of the worst-run states in America. We have entered an economic death spiral.
But the reality to it is Illinois is not looking at its job growth, doing what it should be doing.
Over the last 5.5 years, we've lost 200,000 jobs. His 5-year reign has not put Illinois on the right track.
Left unspoken today by the governor was any mention of the temporary increase to the state income tax due to expire next year. That could come when the governor returns to the Capitol to give his budget message next month.
A Washington man was killed today in a two-car crash on Interstate 74. It happened just before 3:30. Authorities say 81-year-old Jesse Hilton was merging from the I74 westbound shoulder when he and an oncoming minivan collided. Hilton's car was pushed onto the I-474 ramp. He was pronounced dead at the scene. His wife was transported to the OSF St. Francis Medical Center, and the 39-year-old driver and passengers of the minivan were also taken to OSF. The crash tonight remains under investigation.
A $2.6 million project to make the intersection of Main and University Streets in Peoria more pedestrian-friendly will start in a couple of weeks. The project would cut traffic down to 3 lanes on University from Columbia Terrace to Moss Avenue. It would raise the intersection of Main and University. Surrounding neighborhoods would have traffic calming devices, discouraging drivers from cutting through them to avoid the intersection. And a pedestrian button would be installed, stopping traffic in all directions for about 30 seconds. Officials say the measures will increase safety.
You want your businesses to thrive and to come, you want it to be a destination for people to come. But part of that is making it so if they can't park right in front of the restaurant they want to go to, that it's a safe experience for them to walk.
Water main construction expected to start late February, early March. That could take about 4 weeks. All lanes will remain open for 6 weeks after the entire intersection is closed for reconstruction.
A 45-year-old man is being held on $6 million bond for aggravated criminal sexual abuse. James Carter of Normal was arrested Monday at his home in the 700 block of Normal Avenue. Police say Carter's arrest stems from alleged acts online with persons younger than 18. Meanwhile, 33-year-old Alexander Beard of Normal is going to spend the next 18 years in prison for sexually assaulting an underage girl. Those charges stem from a series of incidents with the victim under the age of 13 and happened between April and July of last year. And in the trial of 2 men formerly associated with the Towanda Grain Company, farmer Robert James Prince of Fairbury was ordered to 10 years in prison. Grain manager Timothy Berma of Lincoln was sentenced to 6 years. The 2 men pled guilty in May of wire fraud and money laundering in a $13 million scheme. Prince must pay more than $7 million in restitution and Berma just over $6 million.
The number of Illinoisans enrolling for Obamacare remains lower than expected.
And now some private insurance companies are reaching out to try to get those numbers up. News 25's Eric Green has more in this week's report on the Affordable Care Act in Illinois.
That surprises me. That's lower than I would have thought.
Bill Schock with the Unland Companies in Pekin was one of the insurance executives who consulted the state before the rollout of the Affordable Care Act. New numbers from the Kaiser Family Foundation now show that 155,000 Illinois residents have been determined eligible to enroll in a marketplace insurance plan. But that's far short of the state's goal to get 600,000 people covered.
I think there was so much information, so much noise, if you will, in all the news sources and all the social media about the difficulty of navigating through the exchange, that maybe people did procrastinate.
The good news out of all this, you still have 2 more months to enroll. And to help things along, insurance firms such as Unland are starting private exchanges to help their customers navigate the different options available from several companies.
Whether it's sitting with them individually or letting them go through our website or helping them go through other websites to acquire the coverage that they need is a good thing.
Bill Schock's advice: take a look at the different plans and become an informed consumer. The deadline to complete the ACA application without penalty is March 31st. I'm Eric Green reporting.
After years of being stuck in political limbo, a new nearly $1 trillion farm bill is one step closer to becoming law. Today, the U.S. House easily passed a major compromise that ends direct subsidies to farmers, opting instead for a loss-based insurance program. The bill also closes a loophole, allowing some people to artificially qualify for food stamps without major cuts to the federal program. That farm bill now goes to the Senate. It is likely to pass there.
There's more for Lakin in your hometown still ahead with snow day after snow day. Just how long will students have to wait for summer vacation?
But first, why this is a really bad way to spend your weekend.
Well, Mac and Ashley, warmer air on the way. In fact, some folks did get to freezing today. Almost got it in Peoria. Looks like we'll be in the mid-30s with some light snow tomorrow, but some more snow chances coming our way Friday and Saturday. Let's go outside. IDOT Road Watch Camera Network from the Fond du Lac overpass, looking down on I74 with Peoria in the background. 23 now, 19 in the morning. Some snow showers, 35 tomorrow afternoon. More on accumulating snow coming up.
You're watching your home team at 10 with Tom McIntyre, Ashley McNamee, and Chief Meteorologist Chuck Collins. This is News 25 Nightside at 10.